Do you know that the biggest reasons why people never write a book is not because of lack of talent? It's because they believe that they are not the right person to write the book. You see, in this video, we're going to talk about why authors never write their book. And as a book consultant, I have seen a lot of people struggle. I mean, absolutely struggle before they even write the book, before they even think about it. You see, in fact, millions of people dream about writing a book, and I've seen it. I've seen it. They dream about writing the book, yet very few ever do. You want to know why? Because the greatest obstacle isn't the writing ability, isn't knowing how to write, or it's not the intelligence. That's not the obstacle here. It's actually the internal battles that they face. The internal battles that happen long before the first page is written. The issues that they struggle mentally, the issues that they struggle with their thought, that is the issue. Fear, self-doubt, lack, lack of clarity, and I can go on and on. Limiting beliefs, those things keep more books trapped inside people than any technical writing skills could ever do. And many people will say, "Oh, I'm not a writer." Why do you believe you're not a writer? You write every day. You send text messages, you send emails, and some of you journal. That's writing. That means the issue is not writing. The issue is your belief. So before you can write your book, you must first become the person who believes that the story deserves to be told. In fact, I was speaking to a client recently, and I was telling her how her book needs to be out. And do you know what she said to me? She said she's not ready. She's not. She doesn't think that people are going to buy her book. Why would you say that? When Purpose University started, we were first focused on get the book out there. Your story matters. Your story, your truth. I'll show you how to write a book. Until recently, when I started digging deep and through the help of the Holy Spirit, because I'm a believer of Jesus, and it was in that concept of spending time studying my Bible that I realized something. I was actually, it was revealed to me that you are focusing on the fruits and not the roots. And it hit me that why is it? Because I've been working with people, and some of them just are not just writing the book because the foundation is wrong. It is. And honestly, in this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 points and things that can help you understand why it's necessary to write a book and why your voice matters. Right? We're going to be focused on these 5 areas, and these 5 areas I think points out why most authors never write a book. And stay tuned because these are lies, and I won't say lies, things that are actually hindering a lot of authors, aspiring authors. I was watching Persuasion, or I forgot the movie. I like old British movies, especially the ones that are written by Jane Austen. And I've watched this so long, I've never paid attention to the fact that they were actually books. But then when I think deep, I realize something. These movies are based off of books. In fact, many millions of movies, either fictional or whatever, are based on books. And I ask myself, imagine the young Jane Austen. Because I think they wrote a bit of story about her, how she broke off the norm and said she wanted to write a book. I'm imagining her sitting right there thinking, especially in that era where women were not given the opportunity to own things, to aspire for things, to be independent. Her making a decision and believing that her voice matters more and that she matters more. That is inspiring. No matter even the odds that are against her, she decided. And now we're in an era where everybody, whether you're a man or a woman, write a book, people will buy if it's good. So what is your excuse? Really speaking, what is the excuse? So I started thinking, I said, wow, if this woman had so much opposition and she still did it, why is it that many people still believe that they're not worthy? Because of how they think, because of their belief system. And when I changed this, right, one thing, if I added it as the first stage, before you forget about the book first. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your habits. Let's talk about your relationships. Let's talk about I got this inspiration from from Six Pillars from Lucas Redwood, and he went further into that. And he talks about the six pillars of life, and I was like, let's focus on the six pillars of life. Let's talk about this because let's talk about your health. Yeah, let's talk about your finances. When I actually talked about self development first in rebranding yourself, I saw an immense change. I tell you, it was so mind blowing that I had to sit and I said, "Wow, this is the thing. That is the problem." Many authors do not believe that they're worthy to be authors. They don't believe it. They don't believe they don't believe it. I remember I was watching a show then. It was a long time ago. It was called After. Now it's not a biblical show, but I was watching the last part of it, and as I was looking at it, I remember that this man has a problem. I mean, issues, and he's trying to write a book, and he just can't write the book until he started addressing the issues internally before he was able to fully write the manuscript. And many of these movies point it out all the time. I have writer's block. What do I have to write? Who's gonna read me? You're already speaking ill of yourself before you even start, and that is the worst place to be. And I used to be there. Now I'm an author of what, 5, 6 books, but I used to be there. I used to be there. I used to believe that my voice didn't matter. I used to believe that who's gonna read my book? What is the point? Why am I even writing it in the first place? But do you know that if I never took that one step and worked on my identity as a person and rebranded my thinking and wrote my first book, all of this would not exist. The Purpose University will not exist. Me being able to help others write books will not exist. Now, I want you to imagine me 4 years ago making a decision of 3 years, basically, making a tough decision in 2023 to go after this and write my book. And writing that book in 2024, publishing it in April 2024. And because of that one decision, the Purpose University was Bedford. I registered a whole business. I did a whole thing because I wrote one book. And now I'm helping others. What if I did not believe in myself? What if I chose to believe the lie that my voice does not matter? So I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to give you tips, some points. You know, I want you to understand something. That point number one is that identity comes before authorship, right? And why do I say this? Because in these 5 points I'm going to give you, you have to fully understand why is it that most authors never feel seen? Why do you feel that your book never needs to be written? is because you're not focusing on your identity. It's as simple as that. You see, most people don't struggle to write because they lack knowledge. Knowledge is not the problem here. They struggle because they don't yet see themselves as authors. This is an actual problem. It is. You see, common thoughts that most people have is, who am I to write a book? And I know you said that to yourself because I have. Someone else has already written a book about this. I'm not an expert. I know that one. I'm not qualified. Oh, my story isn't important. Oh, I need some finances to write this book. I don't have the money right now to get a piece of paper or to go on your laptop and open Google Docs and start typing. I don't think you need finances for that. Do you? No, you don't. So that excuse doesn't count. If you don't have a laptop, I'm sure you have access to a paper and a pen. And then for those that may not have that, then that's a different situation. But I'm very sure that many of us have access to pen and paper. Even if we don't have a laptop, we have access to pen and paper. So what's the excuse? It's not it's not that, it's that you do not believe that you're worthy to be an author. You do not believe you're worthy to write a book. It's as simple as that. You see, the greatest battle is not on the page. It's not, oh, I don't know what to write. You do know what to write. The issue is your identity. It's your identity. That is the number one reason. The identity. I was reading a book by James Clear, and he was talking about how um, habits, right? And how habits, many people always focus on the outcome instead of the identity. So they go and they switch the process the other way around. They focus on the outcome and then they figure out the process to get that outcome. I never forget focused on the identity. Not knowing that you have to, identity is the foundation, right? Identity is the foundation, building is the process, and the complete house is your outcome. If you don't build a foundation, that house will not stand. It's as simple as that. So they don't believe that they're worthy to be authors. And I was, honestly, guys, not to point fingers, I was actually there as well, believing that my voice did not matter, that there's a broad niche of people who's going to listen to me. Who? Who is going to listen to what I have to say? There are millions of books out there. Who's going to read mine? But you see, writing is not just about who's going to write it. Writing does something that no one talks about. It makes you feel seen. Yeah, if I was with a client and she said to me that writing healed her, because writing can be therapeutic, and that everything you see, books you read, is a fragment of the individual, of the personality of that person. So that's the number one. Second one is the fear of being seen. I know this one because publishing means that you're becoming visible. And many people, they fear criticism, they fear rejection, they fear failure, they fear success, they fear vulnerability. So the fear is not the writing itself. The fear itself, it's allowing people to read what you've written. That's where the fear is. It's not, oh my goodness, I don't, I don't want to be seen. No, it's that I don't want to be criticized. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to fail. I I I don't want people to the fame to hit me up. I don't want to be vulnerable. That is that is the fear. And for me personally, I had to learn that I have to choose me before anybody else. Why? Because I matter. You matter. Your voice matters. Writing is such a deep thing. People don't know the beauty of it. Writing healed me. It made me find purpose. And many of our students and our authors that have gone through the Purpose University will tell you the same. That the books they've written has healed a version of themselves. I remember even one of our students wrote a book called Still I Wait. So it's a fictional novel, and it was about three women that were going through situations in their lives, and they were trusting God for a transformation. And you want to know what happened? What happened was that these three women were going through stuff, and they were trusting. And she told me that every experience that is written in this book is what she's going through. And that book brought hope to her. I say this, every book carries the fragments of an individual. It does. You want to know more of a person? Read their books. It tells you a lot about who they are because writing reveals you. And I think that that's the thing people are afraid of, to actually look deep into themselves and look at themselves. We live in a fast-paced world where people are more focused on, oh, I want to do this, I'm doing that, and they never pay attention to looking inward into themselves. So when an individual is so afraid of being seen, I don't think it's the seeing part that's the issue. It's the thought of thinking, oh, maybe they're going to criticize me, or maybe they're going to reject me. And that is a deeper issue than you think it is. Maybe something happened to you when you were growing up. Maybe you were rejected so many times, you don't like being rejected. Maybe people criticized you so much that you despise criticism. Writing reveals the flaws and the issues and the benefits and the good and the bad that you're going through. It reveals you. And many people don't want to focus on that, but that is a good thing because writing helps you discover yourself more better. So that's another myth, right? Another point. The third one is that I've heard that makes people not, want to write a book is waiting until you're ready. Who hasn't heard this one? I've heard this one. I've done this one as well. One of the biggest lies authors believe is I'll write my book when I know more. I'm not ready yet. I I need to get more experience. I write my book when I know more. But this is the thing. Growth doesn't happen before writing. Growth happens through writing. I'll say that again. Growth doesn't happen before writing. It happens through writing. I told you that writing a book transformed my life. I found my purpose. I grew when writing my book. Yeah. You want to be transformed? Start writing. Because it will work on your time management, it will work on your habits, it will work on your relationship. Yeah, I'm telling you, it touches every area. That's why people don't know about the power of writing a book. It's powerful. It's so powerful. I can't even explain it. Because books are written by people willing to learn while creating. It will test you. It would test your mind. It would test a lot of it would test your patience, your perseverance, your relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it will. It will. I think that's why I even created a book. I wrote a book called The Ultimate Three, and what it's about is basically having a success path as an author. And one of the things we talked about is we use a framework called the BDA framework, and it's the before, the identity. And in that identity, we talked about relationships. How relationships affect, yeah, spirituality. We talked about finances. We talked about a lot. But I wanted to point out how these are the things that are hindering people. The reason why people don't write in their books is they believe this lie that they need to know more. But books will reveal more to you. It will. I know more now because I wrote books. My vocabulary has increased. It's more advanced, not to the advanced method like some scholars, but my grammar has gotten better because I wrote a book. My communication skills have increased because I wrote a book. I listen more better because I wrote a book. My relationships have increased because I wrote a book. You say yes. My finances have gotten better. My lifestyle has gotten better. My self care has got a lot of growth happens while you write the book. So instead of waiting for the time, the perfect situation to write a book, just start writing. Just believe that you're worthy enough. It's your belief systems. That is what is hindering you. It's the belief. The beliefs that have been told, the beliefs of fear, the beliefs of your identity, the beliefs of not being ready. This is the issue. I'll give you another one. Number 4. Believing money is the problem. Oh, who hasn't been there? I've been there. Now, do you need money? Yes, you do. But money is not the problem. No, it's not. It's not. You see, many aspiring authors postpone writing because they believe publishing is too expensive. It's not. I wrote my book without spending $1. Yep, I did. The issue is you're not ready to put in the work. That's the money buys you time and convenience. Well, if you don't have that money, then you might have to put in the time. But the time is not still much. It's not still much. I wrote my first book in less than 90 days. I wrote my second book in 30 days. I wrote my third book in 15 days. And I did not spend $1. Yep. I'm telling you, I didn't spend $1. Did not spend a dime. Did not spend a cent. Not even a pence. So, is money the problem? We need to think again. Because in reality, technology has made publishing more accessible than ever. We have Amazon. You don't have to pay for it. It's made things easier. So the real investment isn't money, it's commitment. That's the issue here. You do not know how to commit. It's the problem here. That is what people should be pointing out, not money. I don't have the money to start. When you start telling me that, is there's an identity issue here or a lack of knowledge issue here. But that's why I'm here to help you. And we go more into this in our in the ultimate 3. We go into this. So if it's amazing how to even think about it. Like it's just amazing because I know this conversation, this is resonating with you. I know. I know it. 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 And you are probably thinking, well, okay, how do I start? Start with the ultimate 3. Link is in the description below. Because a book is designed to help you understand, the ultimate 3. Okay, the ultimate 3 has 2 things. It has a book and it has a book and it has a program. Now, some people are like, well, the program is too expensive for me. Well, still get the book. You're $25 away, or I would say $30, depending on what country you're in. You're $30 away from your transformation. It's just $30 away. Wait, so I don't have $30 right now. Accumulate it. Save up at least $1 a week. I know you can do it. If you can't save $1 a week, save $5 a week. I'm sure you can gather up $30 to buy that book. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. So, what is this book about? It's designed to help you understand that writing begins, long before the manuscript, before you even start writing. So, what it does, like I said, is it walks you through identity, mindset, and then the process of becoming the person capable of writing and building a life around your message. So, we go through that process where you focus on your identity and then you execute and then you expand. That's what the book is about. So it shows you those areas. So if you're looking for your simple first step, it's one of the best investments you can make in yourself. If you say, okay, I want to give myself a shot, get the Ultimate 3 book, look at it, pay attention to it. Another thing is that we have a masterclass, a free masterclass called the Bookmaker Masterclass. And basically for this year, 2026, we've been doing this since 2024. We're focusing on the author within. We're going to be talking about how you can, as an aspiring author, gain clarity, overcome limiting beliefs, and begin your writing journey with confidence. We will have guest speakers coming. I've put in a lot of work to make sure, we have put in a lot of work to make sure that you are taken care of. So if you're saying, well, I don't even have the money right now to buy a book, well, enroll for the masterclass, the free masterclass. The link is also in the description below. Go click on it and start your transformation and be there. It's August 22nd, 2026. I'm excited for it. But if you feel like, well, I can't even afford it, I don't have $1 right now, this one is free. And we also at the Purpose University have free resources. We have resources that can help you. We have resources like the author within, talking about your identity as an author. And it's a group of questions that you can answer to help you understand where you're at. So we even have a reflection journal for the Ultimate 3. So if you're like, oh, well, I want to buy the book, but I still want more, there's a reflection. There's resources, guys. There's resources. So you can get started with that. Now, the fifth thing is that makes stop people from getting the story out is your story is bigger than you. That your experiences, your mistakes, your victories, your healing. Someone else is waiting for what you've lived. And you have to understand it that your story is bigger than you. I want to end with that because I want you to understand that your story is bigger than you. Look at me. I'm a example of this. And many of our students that have written the book are now starting master classes. They're starting communities. They're starting associations, community, and things to expand. So it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Every unpublished story is a lesson someone else never gets to read. And even if you're not going to start with others, start with yourself. You deserve to be transformed. You do. So those are my recommendations. Now, what are some tips you can do? Because we talk about tips. I would say first, write down every reason you've been delaying your book. That's the first thing. Write it down on a piece of paper. Be honest with yourself. And then I want you to ask yourself whether those reasons are facts or they're fears. So what you can do is maybe draw a table, and then the left side can say facts, and then the right side can say fear. And then on top of it, you can put the reasons. Like, for example, another reason is I don't have the money. Is it fact? Is it fear? Or who's going to read my book? Is it fact? Is it fear? So I want you to do that. And then I want you to stop waiting to feel qualified. That day will never come. Let me be the one to just tell you now, it will never come. You will never feel qualified to do anything. You just go for it. And it's in that process that it qualifies you. And then I think the final thing I'll tell you to do is um, take one small step toward becoming the author you already have the potential to be. And that one step is by you getting the Automate 3 book, is by you registering for the free masterclass, or it's by you checking out our free resources on our website. It's called Accessibles. So once you click on it, you click on our services, you're going to see Accessibles. Click on that. You're going to see all our free Accessibles YouTube channels. We do email listing. We have guidebooks. We have struck resources for you that can help you start your journey. All right. Okay. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you are excited, and I think by the end of this video, you should believe that your voice deserves to be heard. And if you want to start, because we're all about implementation here, go to the description link below and buy the Ultimate 3 book. Start from there. That's a very good starting point for you. And if you don't have the finances, register for the free masterclass and access our free accessible resources that we provide for you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.